If everyone likes you, it's because you have no edge. We live in an age of social lubrication. Everything is smooth, everything is soft, everything is designed to avoid friction. We have been taught that the goal of life is to be liked, to be nice, to fit in, to never make waves, to smooth over the cracks until we are as round and harmless as a pebble in a stream. We apologize for things we didn't do. We shrink ourselves to make others comfortable. We swallow our truth to avoid conflict. But in the Stillness Smithy, we know the truth about the round pebble. It cannot cut. It cannot forge. It cannot build. It can only be pushed around by the current. It has no purpose except to be worn down, smaller and smaller, until it disappears completely. A blade is defined by its edge, and an edge is a boundary. It is the place where the metal stops and the world begins. It is the line you draw in the sand that says, this far and no further. If you are a people pleaser, you are a blunt tool. You have spent so much time trying to be everything to everyone that you have become nothing to yourself. You have no shape, no definition, no cutting power. Why are we so terrified of someone being unhappy with us? We think that if we are good enough, if we smile enough, if we endure enough rubbish from people who don't respect us, that eventually we will be rewarded with peace. We think that if we just stay quiet, if we just let them speak to us anyhow, if we just absorb their rudeness, their condescension, their disrespect, that somehow, magically, things will get better. But peace doesn't come from external approval. It comes from sovereignty. It comes from the internal knowing that you are worthy of respect, whether others give it to you or not. I spent years being the quiet one. I spent years smiling while people spoke to me anyhow, while they interrupted me, dismissed me, treated me like I was invisible. I thought I was being good. I thought I was being mature. I thought I was taking the high road, but I was actually just being cowardly. I was afraid of conflict, afraid of being seen as difficult, afraid that if I stood up for myself, people would reject me. The moment you stand up, the moment you look someone in the eye and say, I do not like the way you are speaking to me, you will feel a wave of guilt. Your heart will race, your hands will tremble. A voice in your head will scream, you're being rude, you're being ungrateful. Who do you think you are? Listen to me closely. That guilt is not a sign that you did something wrong. It is the sound of your old carpet identity dying. It is the heat of the fire, hardening your soul into iron. It is the painful transformation from pebble to blade. Think about the smith. He does not let random travelers dictate the shape of the sword. He does not let the fire tell him when to stop. He does not bend to every opinion that floats through his workshop. He is the master of the shop. He decides the angle. He decides the temperature. He decides when the blade is ready. When you allow someone to disrespect you, you are letting a stranger walk into your forge and throw sand in your bellows. You are giving them permission to contaminate your workspace, to ruin your process. You are 18 years old. You are 30. You are 50. It doesn't matter. If you don't have the courage to be disliked, you will never have the power to be great. To be an artisan, to be a leader, to be a man of intention means you must accept that you are not for everyone, that some people will not understand you, that some people will be offended by your boundaries, that some people will call you arrogant, difficult, ungrateful. Let them. A sharp blade cuts. It separates the truth from the lie. It separates the respectful from the entitled. It separates those who genuinely care about you from those who just want to use you. It creates a space where only the worthy can stand. In my study of the Japanese tongue, I discovered the concept of Kenshin, the heart of the sword. It is the realization that the sword is a reflection of the smith's spirit. If the smith is weak, the blade will shatter. If the smith is indecisive, the blade will be warped. If the smith is a people pleaser, the blade will be dull. The quality of the weapon reveals the character of its maker. True stillness is the ability to stand in the heat of someone's anger and remain unmoved. When that customer looks at you with more weapon, when that customer looks at you with much more mother, too much more thanks, because you demanded respect, do not blink. Do not apologize for having an edge. Do not backtrack and say, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that." Stand firm. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them realize that you are not a carpet to be stepped on. You are not being rude. You are being forged. You are becoming iron. Tonight, before the week resets, look in the mirror. Are you looking at a blade or a carpet? Are you looking at someone with boundaries, with self-respect, with a clear sense of who they are and what they will tolerate? Or are you looking at someone who is still trying to be everything to everyone and therefore nothing to themselves? Stop trying to be liked. Start trying to be respected. And realize that respect starts at the anvil of your own self-worth. You cannot demand from others what you do not give yourself. You cannot expect people to honor your boundaries if you don't set them. You cannot be sharp in the world if you are dull in your own forge. One day, time will leave you. Make sure it leaves, knowing you weren't just a blunt shadow of everyone else's expectations. Make sure it leaves, knowing you had an edge. Welcome back to the Forge.